The technology upgrades provided by the Darien Foundation has been a game changer for us. It's allowed us to improve our training. It has helped us hone our skills. Thanks to our partnership with the Darien Foundation, who's provided all this technology and several grants throughout the years, we're able to continue to be prepared to respond whenever you need it.
I'd like to thank the Darien Foundation for their continued support. They've been a wonderful partner, and they've taken this vision that we've had for this property and make it a reality.
Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have this amazing new van, and we are so excited about it and what it'll do for the community.
This is going to be a real improvement in the services we provide. The Darien Foundation is important to the community in the scope that they reach out to answer needs.
It's important for people to be proud of where they live and to understand that if they want a better society, that they need to fund places like the Darien Foundation and the places like the Mather Homestead, because they're so rich in cultural achievements that it makes it a better place to live.
Celebrating and supporting Darien athletes. That is a simple mission of the Darien Athletic Foundation. Broadcasting live from the field, DAF Media covers 125 games a year. All Darien teams, our youth, in our town, on our fields. Fields like the Center Oval and Upper Oval turfs, the JV softball field, and Stadium East, the longest turf in New England. All made possible by the Darien Athletic Foundation and its generous founders and donors. The Darien Athletic Foundation is not just committed to building our town's athletic infrastructure, it's improving the civic infrastructure for everyone to enjoy. The multimedia scoreboard, the snack bar pavilion, and the stadium lights, a $750,000 investment that makes Darien High School just the second school in Connecticut with LED lights. The Darien Athletic Foundation board is made up of local parents who know just how quickly it goes by. Its archives of more than 60,000 photos capture those precious moments of our young athletes as they strive to be their very best. The Darien Athletic Foundation has raised almost $9.5 million for our town and its kids, and it's not stopping there, as it continues to build a legacy for our youth as bright as their future, both on and off the field.
This is David Genovese, founder of Corbin Cares. Corbin Cares Phase 2, in partnership with the Darien Foundation, was launched to support the people who support Darien. Corbin Cares partnered with the Darien Foundation to thank essential workers, teachers, police officers, firefighters, EMTs, town employees, and postal workers who stepped up during the pandemic. Family meals for 4 were provided by 4 Forks, Bodega, Michael Joseph's, 1020 Post, and Parlor Pizza and Wine. Post 53 was treated to a tacos and waffles night with Bodega and the Waffle Cabin. Thanks to countless donors, 910 family dinners for 4 and 110 posties were served. And the Corbin Cares office was flooded with notes, emails, and letters of gratitude. Thanks to the essential workers and generous donors, you are all that make this community great.
We are DAF Media, Darien's hometown source for sports, arts, and entertainment, established in 2017. We Are Community, a volunteer-based organization that gives nearly 50 Darien High School students hands-on experience in video production. We Are Cutting Edge, A STEM initiative, students use cameras, computers, sound equipment, and innovative software. We are live, streaming 120 events per year on our YouTube channel. We are on the stage. We are at the big games. We are on the field. We are in the gym. We are on the move. Live streaming not only in Darien, but throughout southwestern Connecticut and the tri-state area. We are making a difference. We are DAF Media.
We are under the lights at Tom Fujitani Field on the campus of Wilton High School for this Saturday night FCIAC boys lacrosse matchup between the Darien Blue Wave and the Wilton Warriors. Pleasant good afternoon, everybody. Braden Shank joined alongside me, our Wilton lacrosse expert Tommy Fox. And Tommy, we should have a good match on our hand. Wilton Darien, what do you think we're going to expect?
You're right. It's absolutely going to be a great one. Wilton here, they're on a great start to their season. They hit a rocky road. They lost to Staples last week, and Darien, they fell to New Canaan not too long ago, but both of them are great teams. The keys for Darien is they just got to run their offense. They're one of the best in the nation at it, and Wilton, they just need to find a way to stop it. They cannot run with Darien.
And we're now going to send you down to the field for the national anthem in this one. And the rendition of the anthem, the teams are most definitely ready for this one. A little bit of an FCIAC rivalry, if you will. They met once last year, and Darien took it 15-11. But that score doesn't really tell the full picture of that one. Wilton making the late surge to put up the loss, but it was still a good game. And Tommy, now let's look at some key players for Wilton. Who do you think is making a big impact for them tonight?
Absolutely. It'll be Ben Calabrese. He's the senior captain. He's the attackman. He scored a lot of goals last week. He scores a lot. He's got one of the best shots in the FCIAC. He just has to find a way to get between this Darien defense.
Ben Calabrese, as you mentioned, had 3 goals versus Staples last week in a game that Wilton lost. You look at the 2 Wilton losses on this season. They lost to Staples in a heartbreaker 6-8, and then they lost to Chaminade, New York 16-5. Both of those teams Darien took down. They took down the Flyers of Chaminade 15-12, and then most recently on Tuesday, beating the Staples Wreckers in a great game. And this is a Darien team, Tommy, that's really surged recently. They played Manhasset on Saturday, picked up the win. Staples on Tuesday, then most recently yesterday, a perfect shutout on the Norwalk Bears, 21-0. So how do you think that momentum is going to play into Darien's effort tonight?
Darien's a team that always plays fast. You can see it in their offense. They love the transition game. They love the 2-on-2. They love the pass down, pick down. They've got tons of strategies to get their offense going. and it all starts at the face-off X.
So the goalies take their posts for Darien, and that will be the senior Cam Weibel, and the great season he's had. And for the Warriors will be their senior captain, Colin Lenskold, who's also having a great season. Lenskold off to Utah in the fall for Lacrosse. But we're now on the opening faceoff. Spencer Liston and Ty Comiskey. Get out of the open ground, and Wilton will come away with the faceoff. Whistle keeping it with the Warriors. Play resumes. Wilton will be in their home whites tonight with the blue numbering, moving from left to right on your screen. Darien and their road black jerseys with the blue numbering. They will be moving right to left, or right to left on your screen. As now we see Michael Wall with the ball. He's passing it out. Wiseman, big time player for the Warriors, trying to make a move on his defender, Thurlow. Rath going to take it, pass it off at X. Cutting and shooting, stopped by Weibel. Good shot by Ben Calabrese for Wilton. The first shot on goal in this one. Now Patrick Thurlow in the transition. He's going to dump it off to the Navy commit, Christian Allegro. What a talented player Allegro is. 14 goals on the season. Being guarded by the long stick of Connor Flanagan for Wilton. Just a sophomore, but seeing a lot of time for head coach Steve Pearsall. Corny on the give and go. Over to Joe Caesar. Darien going to slow it down and look for that perfect opportunity. A team that has scored 121 goals on the season, averaging 14 per game as that one. Increased violation on the blue wave. It's going to be turned over to Wilton.
You can see Darien early. They're trying to test this Warrior defense. They saw what Chaminade did. It was a lot of dodging, drawing a slide, and passing it right to the crease. They tried it there, but a mishandled pass and a step into the crease derails that offensive possession.
Now the Warriors are going to go on the offense. McKiernan is going to pass it over to Johnson. Wilton, their second offensive possession of the night. Sean Wiseman committed to St. Lawrence for Lacrosse. Going to be commanding this offense. Now on the far side with it is Charlie Rath. One of 3 Raths on this Wilton team. Charlie, Caleb, and Nate Rath. All very talented lacrosse players. Johnson, shot there, stopped by Weibel. Cam Weibel, 2 saves to his name early in this one. Tommy, what do you think Wilton needs to do to try to break Cam Weibel?
And you saw right there, it's tough riding. You get a lot of shots and you don't let them get the ball back on offense. You saw Ben Calabrese there with a nice trail check, but you're going to see a lot of motion from every Wilton player. They're going to be moving to a spot where you don't expect them to be. There'll be a lot of shots from the outside and pass it to the inside.
Rath now going to retreat it over to Wiseman. Wiseman once again being guarded by Thurlow. A little bit more aggressive. Returning it to Ben Calabrese, the right-handed shot, senior captain. Rath now dumping it off to Charlie Rath. And that's going to be turned over to Darien. That's actually 88. And Jake Wilson. Thought I saw the 18 Finn Picorni, but nope, it is Jake Wilson who picks up the ground ball for Darien and now is going to flip it over to the offense. Joe Caesar, senior, off to Georgetown in the fall. Gonna run around with it. Flanagan, second year varsity player, long stick midi. Action on the far side. Picorni right over to Caesar. Number 8 versus number 8. Caesar's going to make a nice spin move. Staying with it, shooting, stopped by Lenskold. Both goalies have had a nice start to this one. Now Wilton's going to come down on the break. Quick offensive shot, and out of play, staying with Wilton. A quick shot there from Rath. Great job from Calabrese to transition it. And got to give credit to number 10 on that one, Han, playing the speedy offense.
On that clear, there was a lot of things that kind of went wrong for Wilton. Lenskold's pass was over the head of George Hahn, but he ran right to a nice collected pass. On that shot, though, by Michael Wall, just not enough of an angle. He needs to step up above GLE. Maybe he'll get another shot here.
Lacrosse is one of those games. It's all about the opportunities, and that was one that Wilton can add to the stat sheet. They're now going to look to add a goal to their name, as now Giller takes the shot high, and thanks to Wall, we'll be staying with the Warriors. Michael Wall, the junior, going to wrap it around. Here's Tansel now. So far, no score in this one. 5 minutes in. Here's Wilton. Shot stopped by Weibel. Cam Weibel, his third save in this one, 3 for 3.
And that was one of those saves you don't really have to work for. It was high to high right to his stick. He was in perfect position all along, and that's one Johnson wants back.
Darien going to move it around. That was Riley Strube taking it downfield. Now off to number 4, Porter Barnett, the sophomore. Allegro at the top. Here's Finn Picorni now. He's going to dodge. Cross pass complete through some traffic. Barnett's going to try to grab it. He will. Porter Barnett now. Shot up in the air, grabbed by Lenskold. Puts the stick up, makes the stop. And now he will come out with it. A lefty. And Colin Lenskold, only 5'10", but he does a great job protecting the cage. So far showing in this one. Wiseman is going to slow it down. Being given some room from Strube. Wilton once again, slower pace to them. Wiseman at X. Passing it off, a bad pass. He was looking for Johnson. It's going to go past the restraining line, and an over and back is called on Wilton.
That's one of those unforced errors that the Warriors really need to clean up if they want to win this game.
That's something when you play a team like Darien, nationally ranked 11th by Inside Lacrosse, 9th by USA Magazine. You got to play a sharp game, a crisp game, if you will, with the passes and not making those careless errors. And Wilton's definitely made them, but there's still a lot of time for them to rebound. There's now Brady Picorni, the sophomore. And what a campaign he's been having. 24 goals. And counting still. That one's out of play. 5 minutes left in the opening quarter. Still no score between Darien and Wilton. You are watching the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation, to bring you this live coverage from Tom Fujitani Field here in Wilton, Connecticut. Now Nate Rath. High pass complete to Caleb Rath. And 3 Raths in a row, all touching the ball in the sequence. Tansel. Over to Johnson. Johnson trying to dodge past Wilson. Wilson with the long stick, cutting. Another bad pass from Wilton. That he was looking for Calabrese in front of the cage. And now here comes the Blue Wave with it. That's number 12, senior captain David Ivanchik, who's going to bring it over to the offense. Matthew Minikis off to Loyola, Maryland in the fall. He's going to start the offensive possession for the Blue Wave. Finds the stick of Allegro. Allegro is going to try to get past his defender, and Fox. Caesar falling to the ground, staying with it. Picorni thought about the shot. He's going to fake. Allegro. Once again being guarded by Fox. And the shot there stopped by Lenskold. Great transition pass out to Rath. Wilton now trying to go on the break. Over to Calabrese. Calabrese with the shot. Out of play, staying with Wilton.
And just 3 minutes left in this first quarter, 0 score. Both teams have executed their defensive plan to perfection. Now it's just time to work on the offense.
Well, the flag has been thrown. So when Darien touches the ball, there will be a penalty enforced. As now Wilton here is going to have an opportunity to slow it down, try to get that perfect opportunity, if you will. Johnson. Given room from Allegro. And this is rare for Darien here, a team that normally scores 30, or has 30 combined goals on the season in the first quarter. So no for them is definitely an oddity. That one's going to go touching the restraining line, so the flag will be enforced. And Wilton will get the first man up of the night as Christian Allegro will go to the box. No, it's not Allegro. It's going to be number 11 for Darien, Patrick Thurlow.
And like you said, it's unusual for Darien not to score early and often, but this has been a strategy that Wilton's been working on for years. This has not been much of a rivalry for very long. Darien's often had the upper hand, but in recent memory, Wilton started to play better defense and allow less goals. We're seeing that here tonight.
And the big one, you look at the 2019 FCIAC semifinal. These teams played at Casa Grande Field in McMahon, in which Wilton won that game 4-3. Very low-scoring affair, but the defense was a key factor for Wilton, and we're currently seeing that from both sides. That one, once again, getting past the stick of Johnson. And it was a correction. It's actually Porter Barnett with the technical foul on him, so he will be off to the box. A shot there off of Cam Weibel. And the man up is over for Wilton. They cannot capitalize on the shot.
And credit to Weibel. He's a very tall player. He's 6'4", and even still he can get down on the ground to block that shot.
Yeah, Weibel very tall, and there was a lot of questions surrounding the goalie position for Darien entering this season. Had the Brown commit Andy Demopoulos, all FCIAC first teamer last year. They had to fill his shoes. Cam Weibel stepping up big time, making a lot of big saves. And they also have the sophomore Carter Hagan seeing a ton of time. So they definitely, future of the Blue Wave goalies looks bright. Cutting inside the shot, and that one is in. Wilton strikes first. Caleb Rath with the goal for the Warriors.
And that's one of the fantastic 3 Raths on this team. And Caleb Rath, definitely one of the higher scorers of the 3. He had 6 against Ridgefield in their rivalry win, and he puts the first one up tonight with 1:34 left in the first.
You take another look at it, going high on Cam Weibel, and Caleb Rath, the junior, strikes first, and Wilton goes up 1-0 late in this first quarter. Now back to the face-off X, Comiskey and Liston.
So far, these two have had a relatively easy night. Only one face-off up to this point.
And it's Comiskey that comes away with it. He's coming downfield. He's going to take the shot and score. Ty Comiskey with the goal for the Blue Wave right off the face-off. He's been a specialty of that all season. And we are tied at 1. Take another look at it. Comiskey going the length of the field. And that's something when you're a dual threat like that, Tommy. You can win the face-off and streak right downfield with it. It's tough for any opposition.
And you could see the Wilton defense on that fast break. They just didn't respect him. They sat back playing all of the attackmen. They left him with a wide-open shot.
And violation there will be going in the favor of the Blue Wave. So we are now tied at 1. Minute 20 left in the opening quarter. Caleb Rath and Ty Comiskey with the goals. For Comiskey, the Lafayette-bound senior for Darien. That was his 4th goal on the young season. All 4 of which coming off the face-off, as Comiskey being the team's Fogo. Allegro will have it for this Blue Wave possession. Darien potentially setting up a last play before the quarter break. Caesar now going down low. Barnett briefly colliding with the official. Gonna recover. 33 seconds. Minikis. Off to Caesar. Now gets it to Brady Picorni. Down low, the shot stopped by Lenskold. Crease violation called on Darien. That was Finn Picorni called for it. And now here is the Wilton Warriors, George Hahn with the spin move. He's going to now pass it off to Johnson. Johnson, shot stopped by Weibel. He's going to rifle it all the way downfield and into some traffic, picked up by the long stick of Wiest. And that will take us to the end of the first quarter. We are tied at 1. Tommy, what did you see in the first quarter?
A lot of defense. And for the Warriors, that's their #1 success. They've had it circled on their calendar ever since they saw that this date was announced for when they played Darien. It being 1-1 is an unusual score in this matchup. But the Warriors, what they've been doing, they've been sitting back and playing a tough crease defense. They made the mistake of allowing a lot of crease goals against Chaminade, and they have not allowed any so far. The only one came on Ty Comiskey's run all the way down the field. And on Darien's side, they've been playing a tough man defense. They haven't allowed a lot of step-down shots. And when they have, Weibel in goal has been incredible in making the stop.
So it's definitely been an interesting night of lacrosse. And now when you take a look at DAF Media, a joint venture between the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Tonight is Darien's Foundation's annual fundraiser at the beautiful Tokenie Club. It's the biggest fundraiser of the year, Yacht Rock. And because of the pandemic, it is the first time the event has been held since 2019. The event is sold out. If you were not able to buy tickets to the event and would like to donate to the Darien Foundation and all of its wonderful work, please go to the Darien Foundation's website, as you see on your screen, darienfoundation.org. And before we get back to the play we have today, we're also going to give a shout-out to Darien High School alumni Andrew Stuber, who was just drafted by the New England Patriots today in the NFL draft, one of the first Darien High School alumni to get drafted to the National Football League. So a big congratulations to the Blue Wave class of 2017, Andrew Stuber, making Darien proud. But now we're back to the face-off X with Comiskey and Liston. 12 minutes up on the clock. We are tied at 1. Comiskey will win it for the Blue Wave, his third face-off win for Darien. Long stick of Stafford coming off. Now Strube. And the teams will switch sides at the quarter. The shot there from Picorni. He goes low. Brady Picorni breaks our tie, and Darien takes their first lead of the night.
And Picorni perfectly outworked this Wilton defense. He found a pocket where there was no defenders. He was wide open for that shot, and that's the one Warrior weakness, the crease shots.
Brady Picorni last year versus Wilton scored 2 goals, had 4 against Staples on Tuesday. He is just an electric scorer for the Blue Wave, and he can go anywhere with that ball. And he scores 20 seconds into the second quarter.
Picorni's one of those instant impact players. He made varsity as a freshman, and he has not slowed down in the slightest.
Of course, he comes from the long line of lacrosse players. His brother Hudson plays. His brother Finn still on the team. His cousin Steven played for head coach Braymeyer last year. So the Picorni family, and I believe a sister as well coming up that will play for Darien. So a long lines of Picornis that have played for Darien, and they all equally have the same amount of talent. Brady, of course, being the youngest, is now Wilton has possession. They are moving from right to left on your screen in their home whites. Darien from left to right in their road blacks. High pass there, out of play, going to the Blue Wave. Was looking for Wall down low and couldn't find him. Strube going to take it across midfield, passing complete to Ivanchik. David Ivanchik, the senior, off to Villanova to play lacrosse. Also Darien's football captain this past fall, very talented athlete. Another long line of Darien High School alumni, the Ivanchiks. His brother Mark was the Connecticut MVP, or Connecticut male MVP for high school sports back in, I want to say 2016. Could be off by a year there. Here's Darien. Minikis. Over to Allegro. Allegro Gets the ball knocked out of his stick. It will stay with the Blue Wave.
It was knocked out by Connor Flanagan, another one of those instant impact players. He was triple rostered last year, played games for all 3 teams for Wilton. And his first year outright making varsity, he became a starter.
So Darien will now have it. If you're just joining us, you are watching the DAF Media Network. Braden Shank and Tommy Fox with you. So glad you could be with us, spending your Saturday night with us, as that one is shot wide off the stick of Matthew Minikis. Darien will keep the possession. Allegro over to Caesar. Darien going to slow it down, look for the opportunity. Finn Picorni. Picorni takes the shot, stopped by Lenskold. And he has been a brick wall in net for Wilton. I want to say his 5th save he has made so far. And then on the other side, Cam Weibel has been just as dominant for Darien, thus resulting in our 2-1 score in favor of the Blue Wave. Picorni throws a check, no good. Here's Wilton now with the possession. Rath, Charlie Rath this time. And just looking out here, a good crowd on hand. Wilton with the student section. A couple Darien faithfuls making the 20-minute trip up from Darien. But a good crowd here at Tom Fujitani Field, that beautiful Veterans Memorial Stadium. The shot there from Wall, out of play, and it's staying with Wilton. Good hustle from Calabrese to get over there. Ben Calabrese, the 3-star commit to Army. He's going to restart it for the Warriors. Shot there, and he scores. Ben Calabrese with the goal, and we are tied at 2. Calabrese, the All-FCIAC first teamer a season ago, and showing it, beating Cam Weibel on that one.
Calabrese just did all the work on that play. He had the hustle to the end line, making the chase after that shot. He dodged all on his own, and he scored unassisted. And like the Picornis, it's a long line of Wilton lacrosse veterans. Andrew Calabrese, the former goalie for Wilton, the one who Colin Lenskold successed, and Brian Calabrese. Both of his brothers went to Navy for lacrosse.
So, of course, another long line of Wilton players. Ben Calabrese being the recent addition. And last year when they played, Calabrese having the 3 goals against the Blue Wave. As a quick face-off won by Liston. Wilton's Fogo. And we are now tied up at 3 on the face-offs tonight. There's Wilton now. Rath. Being guarded by Wilson. Jake Wilson, just a junior for the Blue Wave. And that one's sailing high of number 20, Rath, going over the restraining line for the back and over. So once again, those passes and those errors are coming back to hurt Wilton. Something in less possessions for him. Caesar. Joe Caesar taking it past the 30-yard line. Now moving his way to X. Given some room by his defender and Tansel. Wilson Tansel, the junior. Passing it out to Minikis. He's going to wrap around, stopped by Lenskold. Colin Lenskold had 13 saves in the loss to Staples last week. He is probably half of that, and we are still early in this second quarter. The senior for the Warriors. Big hit there. No call. Ball knocked loose. Wilton will field the ground ball with the long stick of Flanagan. And a timeout will be taken by head coach Steve Pearsall and the Warriors. You take another look at it. The big check from Caesar. So Wilton will take the timeout, their first timeout of the half. 2-2 our score. We're going to take a short commercial break and be right back on the DAF Media Network. We welcome you back to Fujitani Field. 7:22 left in the second quarter between Darien and Wilton. Will be Wilton's possession. Rath. Wilton now. Wiseman beating his defender, and Thurlow is going to hand it off. Loading up, sending it high off the stick of number 29, Charlie Johnson, the junior. Johnson had a goal against Staples last week. Now the Warriors are going to stay with it.
Johnson's got a rocket for a left arm. It's a great job by the Darien defense getting stick up in there, interrupting that shot because it had a lot of zip on it.
You just saw right there on that shot, really using it. As that one falling to the ground was Calabrese on the shot. Possession going to be turned over to the Blue Wave. Medwar, the closest to the ball. Thurlow. Shifty with it. Makes his way all the way out to the midfield. Patrick Thurlow, the senior, will be off to Villanova for academics. Not to play any sports. Great transition player for the Blue Wave. Caesar at X. Give him some room from Hahn. Passing it off to Allegro. Christian Allegro winds up, takes a shot, stopped by Lenskold. Up in the air, he gets his own rebound, shoots and scores! Christian Allegro going to the offhand. Makes it 3-2 in favor of the Blue Wave. Picking up a big goal for him, number 15 on the season. You take another look at it. Off of the left leg of Lenskold, gets his own rebound and puts it to the back of the cage.
And that was just a height check on the Wilton defense. He went up and over both Tommy McKiernan and George Hahn for that rebound. And there was nobody to contest that shot other than Lenskold in net.
Reminded me a lot of the football season there. Allegro going up to deflect a pass on the defense. And he grabbed the ball, put the shot right back up, and beat Colin Lenskold for Darien's third goal of the night. For Christian, an all-FCIAC second teamer last year. Used all of his 6'4" body to get that one. Wilton takes the face-off. Whistle will be blown. Head coach Jeff Braymeyer will take his first timeout of the half. Was in a jam. Will use it. And Tommy, what do you think is being said in that Darien huddle right now?
Well, you see, the face-offs have not exactly gone Comiskey's way. Liston, although he isn't really winning the clamp itself, he's causing a lot of problems for garnering that ground ball immediately afterwards. And you saw there was a long, long ground ball over to the opposing 30-yard line.
And now how about on the Wilton side? What do you think is being said from them?
I imagine they're saying just stand strong on defense.
And we're going to take a short commercial break. Some technical difficulties here at the field. We'll be right back. We're back here on the DAF Media Network. Once again, some apologies there. Some technical difficulties here at Fujitani Field with the audio. Seem to be resolved, but 3-2 our score in favor of the Blue Wave. Braden Shank and Tommy Fox with you. So glad you could be with us. Intercepted from the Warriors. They're going to go on the break. That's Johnson taking it all the way to the cage. He's going to retreat it. Great job by the Darien D to force him out. That was number 88, Jake Wilson. Wilton going to move it around. Giller. Calabrese now. 5'9" senior. Rostered. Rath. Rath going to his offhand. He's going to shoot it. Deflected. Stopped by Jeremiah Stafford. And Stafford's now going to use the long stick trying to transition it. Passing it over to the midfield, losing it, but staying with it is Joe Caesar. Caesar had 9 points against Staples on Tuesday, including 6 assists and 3 goals, so a big night for him.
And that's what lacrosse coaches love. They love an unselfish player. So when that assist category has more than the goals, that's a coach's favorite player.
And of course, a player that head coach Braemeier has been lucky to have for the past two seasons in Joe Caesar, off to Georgetown. And he will get his brother, Luke Caesar, just a sophomore for the next 2. So the Caesar family will continue on this Blue Wave team. Brady Picorni off to his brother, Finn. Finn Picorni wrapping around, bouncing it out of play, staying with the Blue Wave. Restart from Barnett over to Allegro. Christian Allegro being given some room from Flanagan. Shooting it and scoring is Christian Allegro. Going to the offhand of Lenskold, and he picks up his 2nd goal of the night.
And that was a fantastic play by Allegro. He got to his big right hand and he put that low to the offside of Lenskold. That's a very difficult save for any goalie to make.
Christian Allegro, the senior for Darien, his 2nd goal of the night. A big-time player for Darien. And Allegro once again using the size to his advantage. 3:56 to play in the 2nd quarter. Darien winning the face-off. Comiskey, quick little pass off to Barnett. A play that we saw work for the Blue Wave against Chaminade, where Comiskey wins the face-off, takes it all the way, dumps it off to a player, and that player just sends it to the net. This time Barnett had it. He's now going to run around with it. Liston, or it's actually 44 in Weast. He's going to play the defense. Finn Picorni. Slowing it down at the 40-yard line. Trying to get past McKiernan. Off to Strube. Riley Strube getting more aggressive with it. The whistle's going to be blown. Turning it over to Wilton, thanks to the whistle.
He got called on a warding call with his offhand, tried to push off the defender when he didn't have his hand on the stick. Referees are keen to call that.
Riley Strube, the senior, off to Salisbury in the fall. He's got a great shot to him, but he's got to take that shot. And the penalty, or the whistle's going to set that back, as now Wilton's going to go on the offense. Wiseman's going to pass it off to number 5, Matthew Jeller. That was actually Giller. My apologies on it. Giller now going to retreat it back, pass it off to Rath. Shot and scoring. Caleb Rath, his 2nd goal for Wilton on the night. And the junior strikes again for the Warriors.
And Caleb Rath has been one of those players that's just stepped up. Ever since Masterson went down, he immediately made an impact. Everybody always points to that Ridgefield game. He had 6 goals and 2 assists. That's his 2nd tonight.
So Rath with the big goal. Only 3 team goals from Wilton on the night. Caleb Rath with 2 and Ben Calabrese with the other. And they are playing Darien tight right now with 2:15 left before the half. Liston and Comiskey on the face-off. And Comiskey dominating on it. And the whistle is going to turn it over. I was going to stay with Darien. Interesting call there. One referee saw something. But it will be a Darien possession nonetheless. Allegro. Slowing it down. Giving a lot of room. He's going to wait for his goal scorer in Finn Picorni. They're one of their big goal scorers on the season in Picorni. Moving it around. Here's Minikis. Tries to dump it low to Pokorny. That's gonna fail, and here's Wilton now. Long stick of number 35, Rath. Into the open space, Wilton. Shot, stopped by Weibel. That was Rath. Going to his offhand, stopped once again by Weibel. And that one is in. Ben Calabrese for the Warriors. The third attempt is good from Wilton. Weibel makes 2 big saves, but he can't make the lucky third. And Ben Calabrese strikes for his second of the night. A great goal from Calabrese, going low. Kind of having to maneuver his body on that one. Great goal from Calabrese.
That was a fantastic one. A lot of tough saves to make by Weibel. He had Charlie Rath coming uncontested. He made that save. And then Charlie Johnson on the rebound with a backhand shot that he made the save for. But the second backhand shot he could not stop.
So Ben Calabrese and Caleb Rath, the 2 goal scorers for Wilton, both with 2 to their name. Face off into the open space. And the timeout will be taken by Wilton. This is their second one of the half. With 1:05 left before the half, we're going to take a short break and be right back on the DAF Media Network.
This broadcast is produced by DAF Media, a joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. The production is staffed by student and adult volunteers from the town of Darien and southwestern Connecticut.
We're back on the DAF Media Network. 4-4 our score. 1:05 left before the half. It will be Wilton possession as they won the most recent face-off. Wiseman. Guarded by Thurlow now over to Charlie Rath. Rath. Guarded by the Trinity football commit, Alec Medwar. Gets it over to Caleb Rath. Down low, Calabrese shoots just wide of the net, staying with the Warriors. 33.8 left in the first half. Wilton now, shot from Calabrese, stopped by into some traffic. Didn't even get to Weibel. Thurlow now going to use the speed. He's going to take it to the 50-yard line, trying to get past Wiseman. He passing it off to Barnett. 10 seconds to go. Barnett going to spin around. He's trying to get more aggressive with it, passing it to Pokorny. Pokorny going low and scoring. With 2 ticks left on the clock, Brady Pokorny will most likely give Darien the lead heading into the halftime huddle. You take another look at it. Great job by the sophomore Barnett, just dumping it off to Pokorny, who slams it home for the Blue Wave. 5-4, Darien leads.
And Braden, what we saw there was the Warriors just making one of the most keystone mistakes with few seconds left. You have to pack in near the goal. You cannot allow any easy shots.
And that was something, if you're Wilton, you just realized you had to go 10 seconds without giving up a goal, and they lasted 7 or 8. But then it was Pokorny that strike. The face-off won by Comiskey, and that is going to take us to the end of the first half. Darien leading Wilton 5-4. Tommy, what did you see in this first half?
We saw some incredible lacrosse, minus the errant passes here and there. A a lot of tough and stout defense, and great goalie play. It took only fantastic plays and shots to put goals up on the board, and we saw 9 of them in this first 24 minutes.
DAF Media is a joint venture between the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation, and tonight is the Darien Foundation's annual fundraiser at the beautiful Tokenie Club. It's the biggest fundraiser of the year, Yacht Rock, and because of the pandemic, it is the first time the event has been held since 2019. The event is sold out. If you were not able to buy a ticket to the event and would like to donate to the Darien Foundation and all of its wonderful work, please go to the Darien Foundation's website, which is on your screen right now at thedarienfoundation.org if you would like to donate. Once again, 5-4 our score in favor of Darien. And before we head out to the half, we're going to give one more shout out to Darien High School alumni Andrew Stuber, who was drafted by the New England Patriots earlier today. And you talk with Darien, former head coach Rob Trifone had a lot of things to praise about Stuber, and he's going to go on to do great things for head coach Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots. Andrew Stuber once again getting drafted in Vegas tonight. 5-4 our score. We're going to take a break for halftime and be back on the DAF Media Network.
The technology upgrades provided by the Darien Foundation has been a game changer for us. It's allowed us to improve our training. It has helped us hone our skills. Thanks to our partnership with the Darien Foundation, who's provided all this technology and several grants throughout the years, we're able to continue to be prepared to respond whenever you need it.
I'd like to thank the Darien Foundation for their continued support. They've been a wonderful partner, and they've taken this vision that we've had for this property and make it a reality.
Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have this amazing new van, and we are so excited about it and what it'll do for the community.
This is going to be a real improvement in the services we provide. The Darien Foundation is important to the community in the scope that they reach out to answer needs.
It's important for people to be proud of where they live and to understand that if they want a better society, that they need to fund places like the Darien Foundation and the places like the Mather Homestead, because they're so rich in cultural achievements that it makes it a better place to live.
Celebrating and supporting Darien athletes. That is a simple mission of the Darien Athletic Foundation. Broadcasting live from the field, DAF Media covers 125 games a year. All Darien teams, our youth, in our town, on our fields. Fields like the center oval and upper oval turfs, the JV softball field, and Stadium East, the longest turf in New England. All made possible by the Darien Athletic Foundation and its generous founders and donors. The Darien Athletic... Celebrating and supporting Darien athletes. That is a simple mission of the Darien Athletic Foundation. Broadcasting live from the field, DAF Media covers 125 games a year. All Darien teams, our youth, in our town, on our fields. Fields like the center oval and upper oval turfs, the JV softball field, and Stadium East, the longest turf in New England. All made possible by the Darien Athletic Foundation and its generous founders and donors. The Darien Athletic Foundation is not just committed to building our town's athletic infrastructure, it's improving the civic infrastructure for everyone to enjoy. The multimedia scoreboard, the snack bar pavilion, and the stadium lights, a $750,000 investment that makes Darien High School just the second school in Connecticut with LED lights. The Darien Athletic Foundation board is made up of local parents who know just how quickly it goes by. Its archives of more than 60,000 photos capture those precious moments of our young athletes as they strive to be their very best. The Darien Athletic Foundation has raised almost $9.5 million for our town and its kids, and it's not stopping there, as it continues to build a legacy for our youth as bright as their future, both on and off the field.
This is David Genovese, founder of Corbin Cares. Corbin Cares Phase 2, in partnership with the Darien Foundation, was launched to support the people who support Darien. Corbin Cares partnered with the Darien Foundation to thank essential workers, teachers, police officers, firefighters, EMTs, town employees, and postal workers who stepped up during the pandemic. Family meals for 4 were provided by 4 Forks, Bodega, Michael Joseph's, 1020 Post, and Parlor Pizza and Wine. Post 53 was treated to a tacos and waffles night with Bodega and the Waffle Cabin. Thanks to countless donors, 910 family dinners for 4 and 110 posties were served. And the Corbin Cares office was flooded with notes, emails, and letters of gratitude. Thanks to the essential workers and generous donors, you are all what make this community great.
We are DAF Media, Darien's hometown source for sports, arts, and entertainment, established in 2017. We are Community, a volunteer-based organization that gives nearly 50 Darien High School students hands-on experience in video production. We are Cutting Edge, a STEM initiative. Students use cameras, computers, sound equipment, and innovative software. We are Live, streaming 120 events per year on our YouTube channel. We are On the Stage. We are At the Big Games. We are On the Field. We are In the Gym. We are On the Move, live streaming not only in Darien, but throughout southwestern Connecticut and the tri-state area. We are making a difference. We are DAF Media. This broadcast is produced by DAF Media, a joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. The production is staffed by student and adult volunteers from the town of Darien and southwestern Connecticut.
And we're back on the DAF Media Network. Comiskey and Lifton on the face-off to start the second half. Comiskey will try to pick it up one-handed. Shoving his way through, still on the ground, and it will be number 14, Spencer Liston, the Fogo, that will pick up the ground ball for the Warriors. And we are now in the third quarter of play between Darien and Wilton. If you're just joining us, Braden Shank and Tommy Fox with you. So glad you could be with us as we are live from Tom Fujitani Field on the campus of Wilton High School. Passing down low and going high and scoring is number 29, Charlie Johnson. And we are tied up at 5.
We just saw a lot of action in just 35 seconds. The face-off scrum went all the way down to the corner, and then Lenskold picked it up, was under attack, and then the transition game all the way down to Ben Calabrese, over to Charlie Johnson, who got that goal.
Charlie Johnson, the junior for Wilton, ties us up at 5. We have ourselves a ball game here, folks. And if you're just joining us, a quick scoring recap for Wilton: Caleb Rath and Ben Calabrese, 2 goals apiece. And then Johnson with the most recent for Darien, 2 for Christian Allegro, 2 for Brady Picorni, and 1 for the Fogo, Ty Comiskey. Those are the 10 goals in this one. And Comiskey going to win the face-off there. We're tied up at 6 apiece on the face-off numbers. Joe Caesar moving it around. Now to Christian Allegro. Allegro 1 goal shy of his hat trick tonight. Wouldn't be the first time he's done it, and wouldn't be the last. Picorni keeping it moving. Right back to Finn Picorni. Picorni's going to move his way out over to Minikis. Minikis with the possession. Check from Hahn. He's going to stay with it. Fight his way to the cage. Shooting and scoring is Matthew Minikis. Minikis, the first time his name finds the stat sheet tonight. And he gives Darien the lead right back.
That was a fantastic play by Minikis. He got the pass, ran through 3 defenders, somehow got that shot off, and put it behind Lenskold.
Take another look at it, going top shelf on Colin Lenskold, the senior for Wilton, and it's now 6-5 in favor of the Blue Wave. Back to the face-off X now is Comiskey and Liston. 6-6, the winner of this would take the face-off lead, or face-off win lead rather, and it's Liston who's going to knock it up to the restraining line. Still out in the midfield. Comiskey going to pick it up one-handed, but the possession will go to Wilton.
That was Ryan Leung on the hit. He's one of those incredible hustle players. It's his first year back in a lacrosse uniform, but he's so athletic he makes up for it.
And Leung might get that speed from the ski team, part of the Wilton High School ski team, actually a captain for them. The Warriors now with it, Rath. Rath being pushed out by the Darien D. Shooting that one wide. Medwar once again with the tight D, and that one's going to stay with the Warriors, thanks number 22, Michael Wall. Wilton, that one's going to go out of play, staying with the Warriors, thanks to Ben Calabrese. Calabrese 2 goals to his name in this one. Going to hand it off to his teammate Charlie Johnson, the junior. Johnson plays for the Express North Club during the club season. He's now going to take it at X, wrapping around, trying to look for the cutting Michael Wall. And that one's going to go all the way out of play and turning it over to the Blue Wave. It'll be Alec Medwar, a Trinity football commit, who will restart it for the Blue Wave. Quick dodge there of Calabrese. Medwar staying with it. He's just going to dump it off. Now finds a stick of Finn Picorni. Picorni to Allegro. Allegro, the Navy commit, will be attending Yvonne Old Farms next year for 5th year high school. Caesar now. Down low the shot, and Brady Picorni scores. The hat trick for Brady, and it's now a 6-5 game in favor, or it's actually 7-5 in favor of the Blue Wave. Picorni going low on that one and absolutely fools Lenskold. Goal number 3 for Picorni in this game. Goal number 27 for him on the season, or at least 27 up until the Norwalk game yesterday. Stats from that one not yet published, so it could even be more than that.
And already in the second half, Darien's already gotten off to a 2-goal run. Warriors need to stop this before they gain any more momentum, because as we all know, Darien can score a lot of goals and quickly.
Whistle on the faceoff is going to be giving possession to the Blue Wave. And this is a Darien team that has scored 33 of their goals in the third quarter. So they definitely come out of the gate firing. The fourth quarter, however, is a different story. They've only scored 20 of their goals in the fourth quarter. So it's going to be interesting if head coach Jeff Braymeier's squad can keep the pedal to the metal through this second half, or if the Wilton Warriors can fight their way back in this one. 7-5 our score. Allegro trying to get past his defender and Lee Young. Picorni shooting. Rebound grabbed by Barnett, and Lenskold will make the stop. Colin Lenskold has had a beautiful performance for Wilton in net. Now streaking downfield with it is the long stick of Rath. Nate Rath this time. Calabrese slowing it down at the 40-yard line. Pass it over to his teammate in Sean Wiseman. Moving a little quicker with it. Right over to Charlie Rath. Rath scored a goal versus Darien last year when they played. Over to Giller. Johnson. Charlie Johnson trying to get past Allegro. He's going to dump it off. Giller with the shot and the goal. Matthew Giller, the Franklin and Marshall commit, will cut the lead down to 7-6, still in favor of the Blue Wave.
That was a great play by Johnson. He dodged, drew the slide, and it was an open step-down shot for Matt Giller. You give him time and room, and the recipe is often a goal.
Matthew Giller with the goal for Wilton, the senior, and you got to give props to Charlie Johnson, as you mentioned, Tommy. A great job from him to dodge and set up the assist, and eventually resulting in the Wilton goal. Comiskey and Liston back at the face-off X. Liston off to verbally commit to Providence. Comiskey off to Lafayette in the fall. Liston just a junior, so you got to assume Wilton's going to be excited for him to come back next year and take those face-offs. That one soared high of Flanagan. Great job by Wilton to recover. Number 29, Johnson. Some hits there, no calls. We now see Wall. Tanzel going to pass it over to Rath. On its way to Giller. Matthew Giller scoring the most recent goal for the Warriors. Tanzel dodging past Will Bonner, the sophomore newly entered into the game for Darien. Bonner, a standout on the football field this fall, taking his talents to the lacrosse field. Restart for the Warriors at number 22, Wall. Wall trying to get past the Bucknell commit, Mac McGarren. Rath. Darien going with the 4 long stick formation. And Wilson, Stafford, McGarren, and Ivanchik. Shot there, stopped by Weibel, bouncing it. He comes out of the crease and will corral that one. Risky pass, not completed. It's into the open field. Picorni tries to go for it. He can't get there. Ground ball picked up by the long stick of Andre Wiest. Wiest just a junior. On the taller side at 6'2", using the longer stick on that one to pick it up. Now getting it to the Wilton offense. Number 20, Caleb Rath, 2 goals to his name. Tonight, the flags have been thrown.
Rath just took a shot to the gut. Referees saw that, they threw the flag.
Only the second flag we've seen tonight. The last one was on Porter Barnett back in the first quarter. This one on Darien, so Wilton will get a free possession here. Giller, great job recovering it before it goes over that restraining line, the 50-yard line. Johnson moving it along to Michael Wall. Wall going to try the wraparound, being forced out. Passing, cutting over the middle. Weibel's going to corral it. Game possession. Whistle is blown. And we're going to see Wilton go on their second man up of the night. And you got to assume, Tommy, this is going to be a defining moment for Wilton on the man up here for some time here, as the senior David Ivanchek's going to leave the field. An even bigger defender for Darien coming off. Grafton Ely also leaving play. So the man up for Wilton. They're going to look to capitalize on it, potentially tie us up at 7.
And you're absolutely right. There's a lot of factors here at work. Warriors did not score at all on their first man-up attempt, but they got to see what Darien was doing, and let's see this time if they can capitalize.
They're going to move it around. They're going to look for that golden opportunity. Rath moving it to Calabrese. He's going to rifle a shot out of play, staying with the Warriors. Shot just high. Wilton on the man up. Smith moving it along to Rath. Now at X is Johnson. Bad pass there. Staying with it, though, is Rath, Caleb Rath. And overshoots Rath on that one. It's going to go past the 50-yard line for the back and over. Ivanchek still in the box, so Wilton still on the man up. Darien going to go with the 5 offensive set here. Christian Allegro, Joe Caesar, Porter Barnett, Brady Picorni, and Matthew Minikis. The 5 faithfuls out there for Darien. Christian Allegro moving it around behind the net in the end zone. Ivanchek throws the helmet back on. He's just about ready to enter play. Allegro trying to fight through. And Ivanchek has re-entered the field, and the man up is killed off for Wilton. So Wilton 0 for 2 on the man up opportunities. Minikis now trying the wraparound shooting, stopped by a jumping Colin Lenskold. Only 5'10" on the roster, but he definitely has the vertical to make those big stops, protecting the top of the cage. Here's Wilton, Nate Rath, the long stick midi. Completing the pass over the middle to Johnson. Wilton down by 1 late in the third quarter. Sean Wiseman over to Caleb Rath. Rath over to Charlie Rath. Of course, the 3 Raths on this team, Nate, Charlie, and Caleb. So if you hear the name a lot, it is for good reason. Shot stopped by Weibel. Rebound going to Wilson. And he's going to now pass it over to Picorni. Over Picorni's stick. Darien's going to try to recover. It will be Porter Barnett. The long stick of Wiest trying to grab it. Barnett shooting. Stopped by Lenskold. Barnett got shoved to the turf on that one. No call. Andre Wiest over to Lenskold. Once again, Lenskold, the senior, off to Utah in the fall. He'll be playing lacrosse for Utah next spring. Great maneuvering from Hahn. Risky pass, short one though, completed to Johnson. Charlie Johnson passing it over to Rath. Giller, 1 goal to his name, scored the most recent goal for Wilton earlier in this quarter. That's something, if you're Wilton, you really got to get the shots of Ben Calabrese going. Only 1 goal for him today, and he really could be a differentiating factor in this one if Wilton wanted to upset the Blue Wave tonight. Wiseman slowly making his way to the end zone, being guarded by Will Bonner. Wiseman going to go to the far side, passing it to Giller. Shot by Johnson out of play. Staying with the Warriors thanks to number 22, Michael Wall. Doing a great job on that end line, keeping it with Wilton. Wall, the second-year varsity player for head coach Pearsall. Steve Pearsall in his third season with the Warriors. As now Wall's gonna dash for the cage. McGarren playing the tight D. Johnson being poked by the long stick of Wilson. Giller bodies his way through, bounces in, stopped by Weibel. Weibel pass over the middle to Ivanchik. And if he's going to make a bad pass, but it will soar past Minikis. The ground ball picked up by Wilton, Jake Somer. And he can't stay in bounds with it, so Darien will gain the break. Minikis. Joe Caesar now with it. Caesar faking with it, staying with it, taking the shot, bouncing over Lens Colt. .44 seconds left in the quarter. Allegro. Shot bouncing and stopped by Lenskold. Colin Lenskold has been putting together a performance for Wilton tonight. Andre Weiss now right back to Lenskold. 30 seconds left in the quarter.
We've seen a goalie masterclass on both sides. Lenskold has had saves on the last 3 possessions, Weibel on the last 2. It's been a lot of back and forth for either team.
And that was something, Tommy, that was set early in this game, the tempo, and both goalies made the first 3 saves they were seen. And it wasn't until late in the first quarter that we saw our first goal. As now Wall, 5 seconds. That one will be gained by Stafford, and he is going to let the clock tick off. 7-6, Darien leads. We do still have another quarter left to play, and Tommy, if you're Wilton, what do you think they need to change or do in this fourth quarter to try to put some goals up and beat Darien?
We've seen them play very quick, and we've seen a lot of anxiety offensively. That's where the errant passes have been coming from. They're way too eager to make the cross-field pass to get those step-down shots. They just have not been open. So they need to take a moment. They need to slow down their offense. They need to find out what works.
So our score, Darien 7, Wilton 6. Before we sign off for the quarter, I do want to remind everyone the DAF Media Network is a joint venture between the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Tonight is the Darien Foundation's annual fundraiser. And the beautiful at the beautiful Tokenique Club, it is the biggest fundraiser of the year, Yacht Rock. And because of the pandemic, it is the first time the event has been held since 2019. The event is sold out. If you were not able to buy a ticket to the event and would like to donate to the Darien Foundation and all of its wonderful work, please go to the Darien Foundation's website, as you see on your screen, thedarienfoundation.org. I also want to give a shout out to our production crew doing a great job tonight here at Wilton High School. Cole Murphy, Will Donnelly, Teddy Callery, Connor Sini, Sam Donnelly, and our DAF Media advisor, Damian Andrew. One more thing we do want to point out, Darien High School alumni Andrew Stuber being drafted into the NFL today. He will be the new addition to the New England Patriots. And it definitely will be exciting to watch the Darien High School class of 2017 member Andrew Stuber playing in the National Football League once again for head coach Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots. But now back to this one. Darien with the 1-goal lead over Wilton. 12 minutes up on the clock, and it will be a big 12 minutes. You do not want to go anywhere if you are joining us from wherever you may be. Braden Shank and Tommy Fox with you. So glad you could be with us for a game that has definitely been one to remember. Comiskey and Liston on the face-off. So far pretty even, as Wilton will win the face-off. That is their 9th in the opposition. 7 wins for Darien on the face-off, so pretty even on those. But now Wilton will get the first possession with Wall. Michael Wall. Calabrese. That one in front of the net. As we see Thurlow just dumping it off to Weibel. Thurlow now going to try to clear it out to the midfield. Quickly being met with Flanagan. Thurlow. Now over to Brady Picorni. Darien slowing it down with Joe Caesar. There's a big crowd on hand here from Fujitani Field. And Wilton, Connecticut, falling to the ground with it is Caesar. He's going to lose the ball. Wilton's going to knock it loose and now go on the break. Here's Wall. That's actually Rath. He's going to streak downfield. Shot by Calabri, stopped off the shin of Weibel, and he gains it. Darien now going to try to flip it in their favor. David Ivanchik. The long stick midi pass down low, complete. 2-minute kiss. That one's staying with the Blue Wave. Minikis. Over to Allegro. Allegro going to dump it off to Picorni. Picorni on the far side with it. Dodging to the cage. He's going to retreat it to X. Front of the net. Falling to the ground and scoring is Christian Allegro. A big-time goal for the Blue Wave, and Christian Allegro dives to score on that one. You take another look at it. Allegro loses at first and throws it up while falling into the crease. Christian Allegro, his hat trick tonight. And Darien takes the 2-goal lead right back. And Tommy, if you're Wilton, how do you stop that?
I don't think there's any way you can. That was either one of the most skillful or luckiest plays I've ever seen. Could not corral the pass at first, it dropped, and then he dove, shooting it without even gaining possession first. There's no way that can be stopped.
Christian Allegro, 6'4", using the height to his advantage, that time just diving and knocking the ball to the back of the cage. Strub will gain it for the Darien face-off win. Strub bouncing that one, stopped by Lenskold. And now Wilton with the possession.
And other than that goal, the Warriors have evenly matched Allegro for most of the second half.
And the whistle will just be keeping it with the Blue Wave. Drew being double teamed there, fighting his way through 3 defenders. And the timeout will be taken by head coach Jeff Braymeyer. You have to assume there's nothing he could have done that. His guy was getting sandwiched between 2 Wilton players, calls the timeout, gets it, and will be their first of the half. We're going to take a short break on the DAF Media Network, and when we return, final 9 minutes in this one between Darien and Wilton. Restart from the Blue Wave. Picorni. Christian Allegro now. 8-6 in favor of the Blue Wave. Corney dodging. Darien slowing it down with the 2-goal lead in their favor. Caesar. Allegro trying to make his way to the cage, shooting. That one gonna be rifled out of play. Staying with the Blue Wave. 8:06 left in regulation. Wilton chasing 2 goals. Darien trying to slow it down in their favor. Corney. Corney staying with it, using the ball possession skills. Wilton trying to knock it loose. Rath, of course, in high school lacrosse, no shot clock, so that's helping the Blue Wave going against the Warriors. And if you're Wilton, you need to knock it loose. Allegro, shot stopped by Lenskold. He's fighting for it, and he will gain it in the crease. So Wilton will now get an offensive possession that they will need to convert. George Hahn. Hahn shooting stopped by Weibel. That one is loose. Weibel with the stop. And the violation called on Calabrese. He's going to say he was pushed into it, but a great save by Cam Weibel, the senior, and that could be the dagger for Wilton. Medwar now. Over to Minikis. Of course, there is still 7 minutes, so anything can happen.
And that was the definition of missed opportunity. Hahn with the first shot, he got his own rebound. Goal was basically empty. Weibel was on the ground. He just could not get his hand free to make that shot.
Finn Picorni. In the end zone now, being given some room from McKiernan. Coming around with it. Spinning out. Passing it over to Barnett. To Brady Picorni. .6:22 left in regulation. Brady Picorni gonna now make a move to the net. Shooting and scoring is Brady Picorni. And Darien will go up 9-6 with Picorni's fourth goal on the night.
And what a play by Picorni. You can see on the replay, he just swim dodged over a Wilton defender. Put that one in the back of the net.
And Lenskold tried to make the stop, going to his offhand and scoring. 9-6 our score. Wilton now chasing 3, so you have to assume for Spencer Liston, this is a big face-off that is about to ensue. And he's got to take down the skilled Ty Comiskey. So far, it's been in favor of the Warriors, 9-8 at the face-off X. But this is one of the bigger ones on the night. Kicked out by Comiskey. This is the ground ball, still loose. And it will be Wilton that grabs at the long stick of Flanagan. Warriors no need to get it over the midfield line, and they are going to be called. Actually get a timeout out of it. Head coach Steve Pearsall beautifully placed timeout. Saw they were struggling to get it over the midfield line. Calls the timeout. And the first timeout for Wilton. We take another look now at the Brady Picorni goal. Bringing the stick over number 10, George Hahn, and scoring on Lenskold. Great job from our crew to bring you that one. Cole Murphy, Will Donnelly working on our replay and directing tonight. We're going to take a short break with 6 minutes left to play between Wilton and Darien, and we'll be back on the DAF Media Network. We're back on the DAF Media Network As you're taking a look now at Caleb Rath right there on the near side. He's put together quite the performance tonight. 2 goals, a lot more shots. With 6 minutes left in regulation. Restart for the Warriors. Sean Wiseman. Hit there from Ivanchik. He knocks the ball loose on the ground. Thurlow's going to try to pick it up, and he will. Patrick Thurlow, the senior, now passing it off to Medwar. This game's going to get more physical here, as shown outside of the timeout huddle. Minikis maneuvering his way out of it. And whistle called on the Blue Wave, so Wilton will gain the possession. Shot stopped by Weibel. A quick shot there from Caleb Rath. Bad pass there, but Ivanchik will fight to stay with it with the long stick. Quick pass over to Minikis. Intercepted by number 35, Nate Rath. He's now going to take it up, setting up the Wilton offense. 9-6, Wilton chasing 3 goals. Got to assume it's just about go time for head coach Steve Pearsall's crew. On the far side, nice move from Rath. Shot there, and it's in. It's actually Charlie Johnson with the goal for the Warriors. And the fight continues for Wilton. 9-7, our score.
That was a great move by Johnson. He got his big left hand free and put that one top shelf. Weibel's done a great job covering just about everywhere in net, but even that one is too much for him.
Charlie Johnson, the unassisted goal. The junior for Wilton. Scored 3 goals against Fairfield Ludlow on Tuesday. His second tonight. And it's now 9-7. Still in favor of the Blue Wave. That face-off won. But the whistle on Wilton will be turning it over to the Blue Wave. Restart from Strube. Strube trying to get past the defender in Flanagan. Facorny. Darien now slowing it down. 4.5 minutes left in this one. Wilton needs to knock the ball loose, get the offense going. Joe Caesar over to Minikis. Minikis, shot stopped by Lenskold, ball up in the air. Rebound grabbed by Jake Somer, the defenseman. He's off to Notre Dame in the fall to play lacrosse. He's a bigger dude, the running back for the Wilton football team. Remember in the fall he came to Darien, put together a great performance. That's now a great move from Wiseman. Sean Wiseman. Now moving it along to Rath. Caleb Rath. Going up the middle, shooting it out of play, but we'll be staying with Wilton. .330 on the clock. Johnson will restart it. He'll quickly be met with the long stick of Brian Martin. It's actually Jake Wilson. Johnson being pushed back out. Caleb Rath. Rath being guarded by Allegro. Pass intercepted by Weibel. That's the 6'4" being used right there. Was trying to go over the middle to Caleb Rath, but it's intercepted by the Darien goaltender. And now Darien off to the races on the offense. Finn Picorni. Picorni guarded by Flanagan. Making some nice moves. That one trying to be knocked loose, and it will. But out of play, going to Wilton. A great job by Jake Somer, the 6-foot senior captain for Wilton, to knock it loose. Lenskold now right to Somer. Somer, a all FCIAC and all-state defender last season for Wilton. Exactly the guy the Warriors want to turn this ball over. Struggling to get it out is Andre Wiest. Lenskold's going to need to get it over the middle. Hail Mary pass, bounced off of Ivanchik, putting the body on the line. He'll gain possession. So a risky pass for Lenskold, not going to pay off. And the timeout will be taken by head coach Jeff Braymeyer and Darien. Their final timeout in regulation. You have to assume they're going to plan some sort of, strategy here if Wilton gets the ball, or just how to run this next 2 minutes out. 2 minutes and 7 seconds left on the clock. Darien leading 9-7 on Wilton. You are watching the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Our student production crew tonight taking the trip up to Wilton. Cole Murphy, Will Donnelly, Teddy Callery, Sam Donnelly, Connor Seamy, and our DAF Media advisor, Damian Andrew. We're going to take a short commercial break and be right back on the DAF Media Network.
This broadcast is produced by DAF Media, a joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. The production is staffed by student and adult volunteers from the town of Darien and southwestern Connecticut.
We're back on the DAF Media Network. Tommy, as we were just talking, 2-goal game. You want to explain to the viewers here what you think we're going to see here?
Because this is within a 4-point game, Darien's going to have to keep it inside the box. That's that bright blue line. They cannot go outside of the numbers and above the 30-yard line without turning the ball over. It's a rule in boys lacrosse so that you can't run out the clock when up by so little.
And that's exactly what Darien's trying to do right here, run this clock out. Lenskold coming out of the crease. He's going to play as an extra defenseman. So Darien going to have to play the cat and mouse game now with the ball. Just going to try to keep it away from Wilton as Porter Barnett running the baseline. 90 seconds left, being shoved to the ground. Flag is thrown. And a push is going to be called on the Wilton Warriors. And I believe that is Nate Rath, who's going to take the trot to the box. Technical foul on him. So Nate Rath will take the knee in the penalty box, and Darien will go man up for the first time tonight. And it couldn't have come at a better time. 99 seconds, or it's 89 seconds rather, left to play. Once again, some audio issues here at Fujitani Field. A beautiful complex at Wilton High School. Got to give a shout out to the Wilton Athletic Director and the entire staff for letting us come up and stream this game today, bringing the live coverage to all of the viewers at home. Joe Caesar being shoved by Sommer. Once again, Darien is a man up. Rath is going to re-enter play, so Darien's man up. Not much on it, is going to be killed off. So for 47 seconds, both teams back to even strength. Wilton needs to knock the ball loose. That one is soared high of Finn Picorni, so Wilton will catch a break. 38.8 seconds left to play. It will be Liam Pearsall, the junior, long stick to start it up. Wilton needs to go quick, 40 seconds, and that one is past the stick of number 9, Owen Rosen, and that error could be the one that's going to cost Wilton tonight. They had the hope, but Picorni now is going to have the ball. Pearsall playing the tight D. His father, the head coach, Steve Pearsall, his son Liam, right now guarding Picorni. Double team, they're going to just try to get the ball loose, push him out of bounds. Picorni with the smart IQ, going to keep it in the middle of the field. Cradling the ball. Whistle is blown. will force Picorni to restart at the 25. And with just 2 ticks left, this game is over. And Darien will take down Wilton by the final score of 9-7. A big win for the Blue Wave. They will go 9-1 on the season. Wilton will drop to 6-3 with this one. But Tommy, it was a great effort from the Wilton Warriors tonight.
You're absolutely right. Everything we saw was just about evenly matched. Face-offs were up in the air, a contest every single time. Both goalkeepers were incredible. Darien just got the edge to come away with this win.
Darien with the big night from Brady Picorni, Christian Allegro. The big nights for them. And you're taking a look at the credits. Here are our amazing crew. Cole Murphy, Will Donnelly, our director instant replay tonight. Sam Donnelly, Connor Sini up top on our cameras. And our graphics, Teddy Callery, the DAF Media Advisor, Damian Andrew, all doing a tremendous job bringing you all the sights and sounds in this one. But a great game by both sides. Darien, they will be back in action on Tuesday. They will play Stanford, and then they got some two tough contests to them. Thursday, they will go to Brunswick. Saturday, they will host the St. Anthony's Friars in some of their late season contests. As for Wilton, they have a tough next game. They will go to Yorktown on Tuesday to play the Huskers. And what do you think, Tommy, one thing Wilton needs to fix or change going into that game on Tuesday?
I think they need to capitalize offensively. The Turnbull Cup is another great rivalry that they have. They just need to find ways to capitalize offensively, because defensively they're doing just about everything right.
And you look at the rest of this Wilton schedule, you've got Yorktown. They still got to play John Jay, New York, and New Canaan, 3 big matchups. Well, Fairfield Ward surging this year, Greenwich. So a tough schedule for Wilton to close out this season. They fall to 6-3 with this loss today. Now, how about the Darien side? What did you see from the Blue Wave tonight?
Darien did a great job of just outlasting Wilton. You see, for the most part, Wilton played their defensive game, but as soon as they let up, Darien scored on it. They did a great job of just waiting for things to open up, especially because this one was a lot tougher than they initially expected.
And it definitely was a night to remember. Once again, your final score, Darien, the victors in this one, 9-7 over the Wilton Warriors. So for our entire production crew, our advisor, Damian Andrew, Tommy Fox joining me on the call, saying so long from Fujitani Field. I've been Braden Shank, and we thank you for watching this production of DAF Media, and we'll see you next time.